Hola, everybody. Welcome back to Automation Start 2025 on this beautiful day in Amsterdam. I mean, as beautiful as they get usually over here. I know that the weather tends to be interesting here. But it's a beautiful day as well because we're on the second day of the conference, having lots of fun. There are so many talks, interactions yesterday with the tutorials, the deep dives. And today we have many more talks. The action is not over yet. And today I have an even more special guest here with me on the chair of the interview, with the chair of the conference. That was silly, right? We have our amigo, and I wanted to ask, is Gáspár,
Yeah, Gáspár.
Hungarian pronunciation?
Yes, very nice.
I learned some of that earlier.
Uh-huh.
How do I say your last name? Because
That's harder. It's said Nagy.
Nagy.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty
Okay.
good. Stay with that.
Gáspár Nagy.
Yeah, Nagy means big, by the way, in Hungarian. So if you want to go to Hungary and order a big beer, then it's a good word to learn.
Ah, okay. Now I won't ever forget that now.
Yeah.
It's written here on the screen. So, good call. Thanks. So, amigo Gáspár, welcome to this, and thank you very much because you have such a big role this time in the Automation Star conference, and I'm super happy that he came up and was like, "Can we do an interview and share?" Thank you so much for coming and doing that. I really appreciate it. But before we get into the conversation, would you mind sharing with the audience, with everybody tuning in, who you are, what do you do, what makes you special?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I was obviously I was prepared for that, but it's not easy to answer because I do so many things. I think if I would have a business card, then it would say BDD coach or BDD trainer on that. So I think that's how I define myself primarily. But I do many other things as well. So I have development background. I'm still doing product development as well. I do trainings in BDD, sometimes all other development or test automation topics as well. I do coaching. And what I also do, I know that Seb was here with you a couple of hours ago.
He mentioned you few, like 10 times.
So we are really trying to finish our book, the effective behavior-driven development, and that's also something I do. And now I was invited to be the program chair for this conference. So that's just yet another thing that I'm dealing with. Yeah.
That's so many things, and I'm sure that you're getting fun of all these areas. And yeah, I mean, guys, why the book is still in progress, he's here rocking it, and you cannot do everything at once. So
yeah,
but it's working up, it's coming.
Yes, we already have the kind of preview version of it, so it's already downloadable, what you can buy it already, and yeah, our official deadline is next spring, so that we really should hurry up.
Better be ready.
Yeah.
So we mentioned earlier with Seb that we were going to add links so that people can reach out to where the book is, start to look at it, give feedback, because that as well is the point of the early release, right?
Yep.
But let's, because Seb was talking enough of BDD now that I don't want to saturate it. And you have a very different role now in this event. Could you share a little bit how's the experience, what are your dealings, and especially the topic? Every time that there's an automation or a Eurostar, they pick up like a theme. And I'm curious, why did you select the theme? What does it mean? Could you share a little bit around?
Yes. Yeah.
First, how is the experience of being chair of?
I was a little bit afraid of that upfront. That's okay. How much work it is going to be and whatever. But I really enjoyed it. I think it was a good experience to put together the program, and it's even better to be here and just see that whatever we put our energy is actually working, or at least there is no big mistakes or no big issues.
And what type of activities has program chair? What things specifically?
Okay, yeah.
What's your day-to-day role?
Yes. So basically, every conference also like that one works in a way that there is a group of people who is responsible for making the program, so that which talks should be selected in that, which keynotes to invite, what tutorials, other workshops to be done. And Automation Star and also Eurostar does it in a way that for every year they are asking someone to be this person, and it's always we are always independent of the organizer committee, so they don't influence us whom we choose. It's really should be a kind of a professional decision, and it's not influenced by any kind of business or whatever else things. So I think this is very important. And when they were asking me last year that whether I would like to be the program chair for Automation Star, I immediately said yes, because automation is a very important topic for me. I really like this topic, and because I was coming from development, and I'm dealing a lot with testing as well, and automation is somewhere in the middle, and there are a lot of things to explore. So that's why I immediately said yes. So I was really happy about that. And this is a relatively young conference, so this is only the 4th edition of Automation Star. And for this particular conference, in the previous years, there were no real themes. But I thought that let's try to find a keyword, a general message, because maybe with that I also help the potential speakers, because they can spin up their mind that whether I have something to say that is supporting that, or and it could be also fun to see how those things are chaining up around that particular topic. And I have chosen the theme as sustainability, or automation sustainability, just to say out the actual word, which was, I think immediately coming to my mind, because this was the topic that I was dealing with quite much in the last years. So I thought that maybe that's something that we can explore further. So yeah.
I definitely appreciate it, because the sustainability of our automations, many organizations have this idea that you automate once and you're done and it's whatever, ever there. That's not the case. Everybody in QA, we have felt the pain and the sustainability, trying to keep up. Oh, someone changed something there and everything is now down. And what we've been working in over years, or even years. Yeah, I've known some teams. And it's when I saw the topic here, I was like, it's something that is always a pain point, but not everybody pays attention to or is very looking for. I'm glad that you chose that.
Exactly. I think everyone knows that having a flaky test or continuous maintenance of the same test cases or debugging nasty issues, everyone hates that, right? So that's clear. However, it's very hard to sell this, and very hard to. It's a negative thing. However, you can see sustainability as a way to reframe this, so that actually what we want to do, we don't want to suffer from these impacts, but we would like to upfront think about some higher level goal that could be sustainability. And since I think this is an important keyword, not only for test automation, but in general, maybe it's easier to also sell it to the management as well, that actually we put more effort to make our automated tests better, because with that we can contribute to the higher goal or high level goal of sustainability. So maybe it will be then easier to get support from them, and easier to motivate ourselves as well, that we are not just fixing one next flaky test, but we are actually moving towards better sustainability. So that's I think that's what is the direct connection of sustainability with test automation. However, there are some alternative ways of seeing it, or additional ways of seeing that, particularly the environmental sustainability, and that's why I was so happy that we could have Jutta here as a keynote. Maybe many teams are just happy if they have automated tests. I know I have been in that place. So, but once we have a few, and once we have more of them, maybe it's important to start thinking about that, how we are using the resources of our planet with those, and how we can make some small little optimizations to have to be more friendly to our environment, and some cases maybe that is going to be also better cost efficient as well. So it's not just it can be also a good business goal as well. But as Jutta was also mentioning, but this is something that we need to keep in mind. So I also have a daily build, and I was thinking yesterday that, why don't I just change it to the midday? I'm anyway on lunch break, so, and the sun energy is basically almost free, and maybe it would be much better altogether, and it doesn't cost me anything. It's just a simple reconfiguration. So such kind of thing. So environmental sustainability is super important, and and the third thing that I was also mentioning is kind of sustainability for the people. I think a conference like this is a very good opportunity that we can learn and we can share experience, share knowledge with each other, and with that we are basically always learning, are helping to learn, and also helping to learn the next generations, and especially in this new AI world where people usually say that AI will replace the juniors. I mean, that's a very, very strange statement, because the today's juniors are going to be the the future seniors. So if we replace all the juniors, then what is going to happen? So that's something that we need to consider and keep in mind that of course having better efficiency in our projects today is super important, but we need to look forward and how we are going to replace those people if they want to retire or whatever, they just want to change roles. So that's basically the third pillar. And for me, this is also especially important because 2 years ago I have taken over the SpecFlow open source project and rebooted it as Reqnroll. That's what the hoodie I'm wearing. And whenever I did that, I did it in a way that there is no big company supporting us, and there is no real sponsor that would make that community living. And right now, I have a little bit of free energy to put it into that project, but this will not happen for a long time. So that how to build up, for example, an open source
rolling on itself, not pun intended, but
exactly. So how to build up a community, an open source community that is able to sustain and keep up in the future. That's also a thing that was always in my mind, so to say.
It's really interesting and incredible putting together all these perspectives from when you were saying selling up to management, that we'd better like work on our sustainability of the automations, not to just flaky and quickly and have it done. You made me smile, and correct me if I'm wrong. I remember when automations came up, all the drag and drop or the low code automations. I heard the same. I remember the juniors are not needed anymore because everybody will be able to automate. And did that happen?
No, it didn't. And let's see. So I was also talking about that with many people. So there were a couple of hypes. So yes, low code or even blockchain or whatever. Those were big
There's
hypes
always
at
a
the time.
buzzword every year.
Yeah. There's always a buzzword every year, and some of them are just fading away. But some of them stay with us. So, for example, cloud was also a big buzzword, and cloud is still a buzzword. So we will not know whether AI is really something that is just hype today and it will go lower, or maybe it will cause some change. I don't believe that it's going to be fundamentally changing our work, and I absolutely don't believe that people will be really unneeded because of AI. But probably it will have some impact on the way how we work, and right now I think we are in at the times where we would need to figure out how, but I don't know the answer yet.
It goes even further. There was this time where I remember people saying like, now with automations, we won't need testers. Everything will be done by a computer, and it's like, yeah, you still need the people.
Yes.
And I think it's going to be similar. AI, I feel, yes, it's like the cloud. It's here, it will stay, it will still be kind of the gears behind everything. But this scare and this sustainability, and I'm gonna get back at it because now we have to use it. It's here. Many of the talks and presentations had AI meaning core or a side effect. As an example, the keynote that you were mentioning, the sustainability. What was it? Carbon footprint. Wise of AI. Ooh, we gotta be careful with that as well.
Yeah. So currently, of course, we can say that we are experimenting this new technology, and therefore we are maybe a little bit more liberal to what kind of thresholds we are allowing to ourselves. But at some point, this is going to be over, and we really have to pay the price of these tools, not necessarily in money, but in terms of
resources in
general. Yeah,
our
that's
planet
right.
in general. That's gonna be it's really important.
Yeah,
not gonna be. It is already. And now going back to being the program chair, I am curious. What was your biggest challenge being the program chair, something that you were like, oh, this was tough, or everything was super wow?
I think for me the biggest challenge was that we had quite many submissions, so like 200 submissions,
Oh, wow.
And of course it doesn't mean that I'm just going through 200 submissions. I'm just selecting whatever 20 or 30, but we have a review committee, and many volunteers are helping us to review the talks, put up some ratings on that, and
One of them here.
exactly. And that's a great help to have some kind of initial pre-selection thing. But then comes the interesting. It's like a playing with Lego, that we have a lot of interesting Lego bricks. You cannot really say that whether the blue one is better than the red one, and how to build up something together that makes sense. And I had to realize that kind of my short-term memory is like around 15 and whatever. So it was whenever I started from the beginning, I've already forgotten which talks. So I had to several times reiterate that. And of course, my program committee team. So there is always a kind of a small team who are actually in charge of doing that thing. In my case, this was Emil Beich and Seb Rose. So we together were good complementing each other. So that there were things that Emily was remembering better or had some ideas. There were things that Seb was contributing, and it was. Actually, it was fun to work with them and putting together the program. But I was keep iterating that, okay, whether really satisfy everyone, how much we have conflicting topics, how do we set it in the days and whatever. So many other interesting things, which, yeah, I mean, you probably don't do this multiple times in your lifetime, so that whatever. So you cannot really get a very good experience with that. But I think it was fun to do. The thing that wasn't actually a big issue, but I was a little bit afraid that how much we will have some last minute dropouts. Somebody doesn't catch their plane or whatever. There are some big storm somewhere or getting ill or something like that. But fortunately, we didn't really had a big incident. There was only one pair of speakers who had some visa administration problems, and therefore we had to solve it some quickly. But which is a pity that they couldn't come because of such a simple bureaucracy and administration issue. But I mean, that's how our things are. And yeah, but fortunately, no last-minute illness or such kind of things, at least so far. And I hope that it will stay as it is for the rest of the day.
I'm very happy to hear that your biggest problem was of all the awesome talks, the problem was like, oh, I have to get rid of a few of them. Like, not get rid, but we couldn't include everything, and that was the toughest part. I'm happy that it was not like the bad struggles with speakers that were missing, or really choosing out of lots of awesome material and things that you could have. It sounds like that was a good problem to have.
Yeah, this year we had a new method. Earlier years, the submitters only had to submit the title and the abstract, basically, or maybe some notes on the talk. But this year, we were asking them, and you have been in that. We are asking them to record a short video about. It's not for public; it's really for us, for the committee. A short video that is where you are telling us what you are going to say and then how it's going to be, and that was a great help. So connecting those text or words with face and seeing their expression was very valuable. Of course, it was consuming a lot of time because it's normally whatever.
It was like watching a Netflix season.
Exactly. But still, I think it was a good decision, and I think that was helping us a lot to find a good balance, basically.
But I love it. It sounds like it was fun. You had exposure to many more. I mean, so many of the ones that didn't make it, probably you had like the best experience, like looking through. And I'm happy that you had also the opportunity to be the chair. I'm happy that you helped bringing all this together. I'm sure that you, with the book and everything else, once you're done here, book time, right? It sounds like.
Definitely, we will.
So now to close it up, for people that want to follow up more with you, not, I mean, the chair program, it's over. But for your next adventures, where can people find you, get in touch, or follow up with what you're doing? Say hello.
Yeah. So basically, I'm most active on LinkedIn. So fortunately, I have relatively unique name. So if you just search for that, or if you search for in your contacts or whatever, then you will find me. Yes, feel free to connect to me and send a message, or then, and I think that's the easiest way.
Check it out, and I can attest. Check the name that is displaying here on the screen in front of Gáspár, so that you can get in touch, follow, connect, reach out, buy the book, check the book. I mean, we're not doing sales pitches, but it's a good book. BDD is very important as well, and probably on next conferences you can come and talk to him and say like, "Hey, I read your book and I learned so much," or "I didn't like this part," or everything. I guess I hope is welcome.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Gáspár, thank you very much. It was such a pleasure. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And there you have it. I mean, the program chair of Automation Star for this year. I was gonna say I couldn't get you anything better, but he came and he was like, "Hey, we should talk." Okay, yes, let's do it. So the adventure is not over. We still have a few more interviews for the rest of the day today. Stay tuned, because it's not that early, but we still have a few more hours of Automation Start on the second day. It's about to be gone, the last moment, so we gotta take a little bit of advantage, and we will be back in a moment with Anais and Linda, and at the end of the day, Szilard will be with us, so we have lots of adventures. Stay tuned, and for now, Leandro out and Gáspár out. Adios. How do you say in Hungarian? Goodbye?
Sziasztok.
Sziasztok.
Yeah, that's a lot of ways to say that, but yeah, sziasztok is probably the better.
Adios.